Up with the Washington football team. Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What works in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's a quick throw out wide. It's McLaurin. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big play there on the catch and run.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage after it.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
And he'll decide to keep this once more. As he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. He'll look to throw. And he finds McLaurin. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot.
Touchdown, Washington! Curtis Samuel with touchdown number 7 on the year. And Washington has taken a first-quarter lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taking it about the 1. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Dwyer. He's going to drop this down to Sanders. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago, there's another one right there.
Working with a 2nd and 4. And he may have given those 6 yards right back as they're going to get to him well behind the line. It goes as a loss of 6. And now 3rd down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
On 3rd down, Dwyer. And that is incomplete.
A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no one was.
On 4th down, Matt Hawk is on to punt. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Well, that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they are back to 500 on the year, got the win last weekend, and it's one that kept their playoff hopes alive.
And if you do have those hopes, 500 is not where you want to be at this point of the year. Now, we know they've battled through some rough patches this season, so it now comes down to how they're going to finish. Not out of it, can't afford any more missteps, though.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. Steps away to his left. And with a flag down, he goes down. So they're able to sack him. Now the penalty looks like it could be holding. Let's find out. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. They're going to look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 19. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. From the gun, Dwyer. That's swung out wide to Sanders. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
On 1st and 10, Dwyer. Buying time to his left. Runs. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. That's unfortunate because he had a nice run going, but give credit to the defense. They got a hand in the cookie jar there, CD.
You have to think about vision, finding a place to get down after you know you've gotten all you can out of a run, and obviously ball security is paramount. In today's football, everyone's coming after the rock. You've got to make sure you protect it and protect the yardage you just gained.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that nearly intercepted. Well, the free safety roaming into position almost had it, but it's 2nd down.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. If they want it first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. They'll look to throw. Got a man. It's Tunyon. And for the moment, this will be a 1st down. But we have a marker on the field. Let's see if this stands. And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. They'll set up to throw. Again, he'll find Samuel for the completion. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Hook up a 15 yards there. And it'll be 4th down. incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Ron Rivera, the gambling type, but he comes up empty here. And the Eagles defense able to hold. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Dwyer. And incomplete on the deep ball.
So, Charles, you talk about this head coach and his future with this franchise. Look, it's been a frustrating year, and I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier in the week.
Yeah, he's trying to say all the right things, isn't he? But he's heard the rumors. He knows what's going on out there. And right now, he is tired of having to answer the question, are you on the hot seat in every meeting with reporters? This week, he kind of said, I've had enough. And I don't blame him. He looks like a guy that may very well be out the door.
26, Mike. 29
To throw on 3rd down. Dwyer. Forced out to his left. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down. Here's Matt Hawk now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And, oh, they had him bottled up, but here's a late flag, and a face mask is going to get a much better starting position. So a big penalty there on the face mask leads to 1st and 10. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. I think you'd agree that looked like the right call from up here.
No doubt about it. What everyone has to understand is that the officials are going to be right on the play each and every time. You may not like the call, but they're usually spot on.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. On play action, they'll throw. Dancing to his left. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. Picked off around the 27. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw. Because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
Yeah, they dipped a game below 500 following the loss last week, and you get the sense that maybe this team's at a little bit of a crossroads here.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it, because what's that old malaprop? If you come to a fork in the road, take it. Because this crew, they're losing ground fast. They've got to start winning some ball games. And the good teams, they're starting to separate themselves, and these guys are being left behind.
6 yards left on 2nd down. Back to throw. Dwyer. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Von Miller has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Boy, Charles, that time he took a bad situation and made it worse.
Yeah, you're almost putting together a nice little song there, aren't you? Because it's something you'll see from young quarterbacks. They have that tendency to retreat backwards instead of stepping up in the pocket.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And this one is incomplete.
They've had multiple opportunities on offense and still haven't scored any points. Felt like they wanted to loosen things up, throw it downfield, and see if maybe they could get a big play and a quick strike.
On is the punter Hawk as he gets this one away.
And this one will wind up being down just outside of that 20-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
Well, they'll use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
Here's Gibson on the read option.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And his throw here is incomplete.
My man's getting a little loose with the football there, right? Interception before, almost had one here. He's got to start taking better care of it.
It really should have been back-to-back drives with interceptions. He's lucky there. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Back to throw here. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40.
If your sympathies lie with the defense, you understand how tough it is for linebackers to run with a guy like this. He's going to slip out of the backfield and then work in the middle of the field. And sometimes those defenders get preoccupied with other people moving, and he finds open space and makes a nice play.
And down inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line. He'll pick up 7 there on the first down keeper.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Now this time he'll look to throw.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
Washington on 3rd down.
They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far.
Here it's 3rd and 3.
And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 21.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end.
Touchdown!
Robert Tonyan.
His 9th touchdown of the season.
And Washington going to add on to their lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive, but at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer, and make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
We always hear a lot of veterans on the defensive side of the football. They talk about smelling blood in the water, putting pressure on a rookie. They got to him there to force it free, but couldn't recover it.
And you mentioned the pressure. Rookie quarterback, you're going to bring more pressure at him at all times because you don't know how he's going to hold up. He was fortunate there. Luck was on his side, able to recover that fumble.
He's got his man on the comebacker. That's Watkins. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
That's a good bounce-back play right there after taking a sack on first down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
An extra man in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down.
26 Mike, 26 Mike.
Here we go, here we go. He's crashing. He's checking crash.
26 Mike, 26 Mike. I got you, son. I got you.
Looking to throw.
Dwyer. And he's got his man. It's the tight end Goddard. Oh, he sheds himself free. And he's a long ways into Washington territory before hitting the turf. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts,
As the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. They'll run with Sanders. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And he's going to go down, sacked right around the 17.
And now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout,
as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
3rd and goal, and still a long way from the end zone.
Let's go. Watch tight end. 26 Mike, 26 Mike.
Back to throw.
Dwyer.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders, as the first half is winding down.
And the Eagles are on the board here in the final seconds of the first half.
Elliott good with a PAT. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And with a 14-7 lead, they might just be happy to take this thing on into the tunnel.
Flush to his right.
Got a man, it's De'Ami Brown, complete.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
And that's a nice throw right there. And I'll tell you what I've seen in recent times and actually watched a presentation in the offseason from a college offensive coordinator that showed about 10 different drills that he runs with his quarterbacks to show them how to get out of the pocket, how to get comfortable when they're doing so, and to make plays under that type of duress. That's an example of what we're seeing in the colleges delivered to the NFL.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
A gain of 5 brings up second and 5.
They'll throw now on the final play. Escaping the pressure right. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
He put quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown pass. Of course, we knew that he had the strong arm.
That part was easy. You could see that throughout his college career. But what you want to know about a rookie is when the pressure's on, can you throw with touch? He just did right there. And, boy, it was pretty.
So we have come upon halftime, and it's the visiting group from Washington who are out on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. It's the Eagles ready to see the football first, and they trail here as we resume action in this third quarter. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29.
26, Mike, 26.
Another run with Sanders, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down. Looking to throw. Dwyer. He'll rifle this one deep right side, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
A big play there. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run. It's Gibson. And they can't corral him. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss. Here's Gibson on the read option.
And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. They'll drop to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I remember Coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Check 52's the mic. Check 52's the mic.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Eluding the pressure right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Montez Sweat in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
And he's able to get up here to the 26. 14 yards, but they're still well shy of a first as that leads to 4th down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Washington offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. 2 yards on the pickup there. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or two short. A solid run of 11 there as he tucked it and ran, but he's still short of the marker at its 4th. Here's Tressway now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return. And the Eagles will have it taking over 1st and 10. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, That is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
On first down, Dwyer flushed out right.
He'll get this complete to Jalen Reagor.
And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25.
He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Throwing on first down, Dwyer. The Sanders has got it complete. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
10 yards on the pickup. It's second and inches at the 15-yard line.
Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Hey, check 24, check 24.
Back to throw, Dwyer.
And once again, this is Sanders.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a second and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And it'll be intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds.
He's starting to fall into the category of not fair, because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, almost impossible.
Yeah, exactly. They've had trouble stopping him in the secondary. This time they've got the great coverage. Oh, he can run too.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Shotgun handoff to Gibson.
And he's got room. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's first and 10. Now this one complete on the slant route. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. They go play action here on first down. That's Samuel, caught left side. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense, because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Flush to his right. And out of bounds right around the 20.
I like his thought process and his ability to move and get downfield, but what I didn't like was the final decision. To go out of bounds. They want to keep the clock moving. Instead, they give the defense an extra timeout.
2nd and 4. Being chased out left. And I think the ball's out. A big loss on the play. That's the bad news. A consolation, they keep the football.
Can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture.
Over the middle, complete to Samuel. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that'll push the lead up to 17.
So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
But, you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And the complexion of this one has really changed a fair amount. That last field goal makes it a 3-score game, so they need points in a hurry with time dwindling in the 4th quarter. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home.
It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the 1st down sack. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Dwyer. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end Goddard. And a good stiff arm and some space to run. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A big play that time on the catch and run. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10.
52's the mic right here, over there, right? 52's the mic. I'm coming! I'm coming! I'm coming!
Kill, kill, kill.
60 Bobcat! 60 Bobcat! Just three!
Looking to throw. Dwyer. Sanders has it over the middle. And he's a long ways into Washington territory before hitting the turf. A big play there for Philly.
And I think that's a pretty good illustration of why they try to get the football into his hands out of the backfield. That was something else.
What's tight? Tight is right. What's tight? Tight is right. 4 down. Check, check. Deuce.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. As Sanders has it poked free.
And it's Washington that scoops it up.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Not the trend he wanted to start the season with, a fumble lost in both weeks 1 and 2. Now, it's not a disaster, but certainly not what he was looking for.
Got to get that fixed because otherwise he shows up on every scouting report. I remember sitting in defensive rooms and hearing the scouting report from my coaches, and if someone had a particular problem carrying the ball and holding on to it, that was noted. Hey, make sure you get a little...
And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Fletcher Cox in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning.
So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back.
And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. He's got room to run past the 20. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A big hitter there from deep in their own territory.
He was able to escape the pocket and get out of bounds. You like the decision-making?
I love the decision-making, and I love the execution because you just know that his eyes were darting all over the place. You know, they talk about keeping your head on a swivel, looking for the danger spots where the hits are going to come from. How about him getting all he could out of that run and then getting out of bounds?
And he told us, look, I'm a rookie. I'm waiting for the game to slow down.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Brandon, that's just football 101. If you're out of the pocket, you've got to get rid of the football in this situation. You cannot take a sack in a 2-minute drill.
Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. He's going to keep this again. And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback. I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
51 yards on the punt there. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. You know, if following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under, CD, I want to switch it to you because you've been on winning teams, but I know you've been in similar situations too where things just are not going well. How do you approach that as a player?
It's a tough approach, Brandon, because you actually have to do the opposite of what you would think. You know, in your mind, you're thinking, I redouble my efforts, I go harder. In a sense, you have to back off a little bit. You have to do a little bit less. Do what you're supposed to do, but don't take on the pressures of doing more and trying to do your teammates' jobs as well. If you do that, that's really going to lead you to more issues.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up.
On 1st and 10, Dwyer on the run. He'll let this go deep right side. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They've tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty as a result of that hit there.
So now a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right. Open right side, complete to Rager. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Here's 2nd and a yard. They'll look to throw again. It's caught by Sanders. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Again, he'll drop to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to be out of bounds up past the 5. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short gain when he took off running.
Second and 5. Flushed out right. Slings this deep from McLaurin. It got his man complete. And he's able to get it all the way down to the 20.
Let's go. We dominate today.
So a victory here for the Washington football team.
And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played